on there as well.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to my little channel, The Spy Guy, with my sometimes co-host, the Kev the Orc, and we were
What
just
up?
talking about some of the interesting things that are happening. And what happened is I did see the new James Bond a week ago today, but when I did, I saw it like the 8 o'clock show, and then when I got home, basically I went on holidays because in Canada, our Thanksgiving is the American Columbus Day, and in Europe, of course, no one has this holiday at all. But so I was kind of
Holidays?
just
What are those? What are those?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. That's every day you talk to an orc. That's the day you should be thanking for.
Mm-hmm. And there we have Matthew who's in the
yeah,
audience
what up,
already.
Matthew?
So.
But now,
so I've been wanting to talk about the new James Bond movie. I went on Lewis's channel, the Nerd Report, for briefly, and we talked with Andy about it. And he and I had a friendly debate about some of the problems and some of the controversy. But we're going to talk briefly about something else. Kev just brought to my attention.
Yes, and allow me to be the first live on air to Job in the house and Bree in the house.
Everyone's here.
Well, not everyone. We can get more people. Come on, folks.
Yep.
I'm also going to put the call out right now because this man is at, as of last check-in, 91 subs.
Mm-hmm.
He is very close to hitting that 100 mark. So come on, guys. No, 92 I'm showing now.
Yeah, 92. Reason. I had one guy sub within the last 2 hours.
Nice. But yes, so we got Matthew, we got Job, we got Bree. Yes, all of you, send out the word. Get people to sub to this man. Get him to 100 so he can get that custom URL.
Yep.
Because that's awesome.
Mohammed Razul Abduliev. I'm hoping I got your name correct as my latest subscriber.
Cool. Very cool. But yes, and I would like to be the first on air. People, this is a brilliant thing. Dave has got a video which has hit 1,500 views, which for a channel, for a channel of 90 subs. In fact, Dave, I think when we actually recorded that, you were like,
50 or so.
No, 6. I think you're about 70. You're about 70. And he's got a video that's hit 1,500 views, folks.
48 in the last 48 hours.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. I mean, it's no Popcorn Planet, but, not many people are.
Well, he's got like 17,000 people watching him every day now.
I know. But you don't really do the drama, do you?
Oh, no.
Exactly.
I did a little bit of drama very early on and decided that was not for me. Lewis gave me some tips. He said, put them all on private so you still get the view counts, but don't. Yeah, so.
Exactly. Exactly. But anyway, Dave, this is.
And for those who are curious, before we get into the James Bond stuff, the 1,500 video is our Chuck Norris review. Top 5 Chuck Norris movies that were not Delta Force. So,
yes. So if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. If you're watching this on a replay, go check it out again. Let's see if we can get it 1,600 by the end of the weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
And all of you bastards in the chat, get him up to 100 subscribers. Let's see if we can do it by the end of the show. What do you reckon, Dave?
Yeah.
Come on, you've got the legend and .org.
Even figuring out how to do like a ticker now, so we have that going on.
Oh yeah, at locals.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose you don't really want to promote your OnlyFans account on this channel. Save it for the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so,
Dave,
my that's kind of like a page where it's just like an alternate website, and if I have jar technically set up there, people want to give me money.
Yes, we might have to do something like that eventually. But as much as anything else at the moment, we're we're plodding along, you know. Our channel, you know, the green zone, me and Chris, has kind of slowed down, then picked up and slowed down. I mean, for God's sake, we lost 10 fucking subscribers during our charity weekend streamathon.
Yeah, I think that's just people deleting old accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it is, or it's just like accounts which haven't actually viewed, you know, YouTube scrubbing the old
or like, you
inactive
know,
accounts.
our comment section. The very rare times we do get comments, half of them are like people doing porn stuff.
Oh, those fucking horrible automated ones, just like that's just like nice, and then a link or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because YouTube doesn't allow porn unless, you know, you search naked yoga or something.
Oh, naked news.
Yeah,
you can
naked
find
news.
That there.
Yep. And Job, I mean, I know you really want. Well, it's not even Gippy's spot; it's Stormy's spot at the moment. It's Gippy's to earn back. But I know you really want. But yeah, you're not getting me and Dave together. You're not getting Da Ledge and Da Orc on OnlyFans together. For a start, I'll put it on Only Orcs. So, you know, I know where my money comes from. Hey. But yes,
so anyways,
this is
we were going to talk a little James, as you call him, Jimmy B, I believe.
Yeah, Jimmy B.
So so I went and saw the new James Bond movie here, and I'm here to tell you it's fine. It is not the greatest James Bond movie ever made. I think it is kind of an appropriate swan song for Daniel Craig's era, and but it kind of feels so bad. This is kind of my feeling on it, is that we started off with probably one of the best James Bond movies in the franchise, Casino Royale, and we ended with this kind of meh movie, which is what I feel about it. It's just like, is this the is like, it reminds me a lot of like I saw a guy before I saw a review of someone talking about how Moonraker is not as the terrible movie that everyone thinks it is. How it's got some serious moments. It's not the total camp fest that James Bond in space is, and how it had a really great, it had one of the best Bond girls, which I truly agree with, and all this stuff with it. And then I go and see this movie, and I'm like, oh wow! I mean, you're making me. Moonraker is better than this movie.
Oh, see, I have to admit, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of the James Bond, you know, the Jimmy B's for you know, a few years, because I mean, that was one that I had. You remember? You'll remember this when they brought them all out in VHS with the ascending sleeves as well, so it make the whole, you know, the whole display. I had them, but then obviously VHS disappeared, so a lot of them I haven't watched in a few years. But Moonraker, I always thought was fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's
a lot of fun. I mean, yeah, okay, the space battle at the end where they're just floating towards each other, and you just go pew pew pew. You know,
at the time, it was like the highest grossing James Bond movie ever. And it really, it's like they really leaned into the fact that Star Wars and Star Trek and all these Close Encounters had come out and made all this deals, and like, we can do anything you can do, we can do just as well.
Anything you can do, we can do campier.
Yes,
not Jay Campier. I'm on about campier as in the style. So, but no, Moonraker was a lot of fun. But anyway, sorry. So I'm going to shut up for a minute and let's Dave review the movie.
Okay, so the movie is, you know, kind of the swan song of Daniel Craig's era. A franchise that I feel starts off well. Then we hit Quantum of Solace, who we've now learned is the reason why that movie's so bad is just because of the writer's strike. Daniel Craig is sitting there with the director doing like rewriting the script during filming, because that's this, and it's like, okay, that explains why this movie's a mess. Then we get Skyfall, which I feel is pure fan service. Like, there's stuff going on in this movie. It's interesting, it's fun, but it's not like It's just like we said. They made the first movie Casino Royale. We're going to make a new James Bond for the new era, make him totally gritty and realistic, and then we're going to give you Skyfall, which is going to be the most campy James Bond since the Roger Moore era. Campy James Bond since, I think, The Spy Who Loved Me. And then we get Spectre, which I think is the worst James Bond movie. Just totally lazy, just meanders. There's several points in that movie where you should have what someone calls a crowning point of awesome, where a character gets to show off, and they waste the opportunity on multiple occasions for multiple characters. And then the fifth in this movie, it kind of like tries to get back up to Skyfall level, but fails to get there. The movie has, as Andy Signore pointed out, some stakes in it. There is stuff happening in this movie that, though most science fiction fans will look at the technology and say, I'm pretty sure that's not how that works in every other science fiction movie we've ever seen. But it just seems to be, I kept seeing action scenes in this movie, and I was like, I've seen this done better in another James Bond movie. And so there is a lot of like heartfelt stuff that's happening here as we're closing out the era. And I think it is a worthy time watch. If you're a James Bond fan, if you really like Daniel Craig, you should watch this movie. And the best thing I think the best thing I can say, it's not woke. All these people are going around on certain channels talking about how bad this movie is or what the problems with this movie are. I'm like, no, that's not what this movie is. Like, I get it. We were scared because they ran a marketing campaign similar to 2016 Ghostbusters, and all the directors and the writers are all out there putting out all this garbage. But in the end, the movie's fine. Like, I'd give it a 63 out of 100. That's my thing. So it's not the best James Bond movie ever. It's not the worst. What I do like about the movie is that it makes a lot of nods to On Her Majesty's Secret Service, one of the James Bond movies that a lot of the fandom thinks is probably the worst James Bond. And it's not, and it tries to redeem that and own that movie and bring it back. And I think if people really want to do something, you should take it upon yourself to go back and watch On Her Majesty's Secret Service and really understand that this movie is like a homage to a movie that's badly underrated by a lot of the fans.
Bad press release on it.
Well, we're going to be doing...
yes, I was going to get to that, but yes, your channel.
Yeah, AMBW channel. That will be next Tuesday where we'll be doing that. That'll be the last time I'll be able to do one of these lists on a Tuesday. We'll have to figure something else out. I'm going back to work Monday to Friday, so we might be doing it later in the evening, depending on things. But my work will be 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Good news is it is work from home, so that might work for people.
And two things. One, AMB, wow, you're going to be getting, you'll be the swan song of the Standardized Tuesday top 5. That is not. And hey, Eric Jimenez.
Oh wow, Eric, I have not seen you in forever, man.
I have not seen him in forever.
On Twitter, I never see you on any of the buddy shows anymore, man. Good to see you back.
Yeah, but no, a lot of people have actually said that it is the worst. I mean, personally, I think it was overtaken. By should we say the one with Madonna? Die another day.
Die another day.
Oh, that was so fucking horrendous. Oh, and by the way, just quickly, Joe, listen, man. You might be you're at number 2, but Stormy's still number 1, and Gippy's 875 at the moment. Okay, so you're my number 2 sumo simp. But I know I have a horrendous singing voice. And by the way, folks, apologies. I did do the singing, Dave. I don't know whether you watched.
I haven't had the chance to get to it. I know you have. I know it's buried in like a 3-hour stream, and I just
but we actually did clip. We actually did record it as well, and it's coming up as a single as a solo vid. It'll be a vid about just that. The vid will just be that clip. But unfortunately, Chris, my man Pyron, has had a rough few weeks. After the charity stream, he was flaring like fuck because of the FMF.
Well, he did do some crazy shit on that stream. So
yeah, exactly. And then just as he was getting through that and starting to get better, he got some kind of virus. I've been talking to. He's been bedridden for a few days and stuff, so he hasn't had the chance to actually release that video yet, or actually the second part of the Orc Roast series, which we have recorded as well. One of them was supposed to be singing was supposed to be out Monday. Orc Roast was supposed to be out Tuesday. Neither of them come about because Chris is incapacitated, and I have been talking to him, and the man is an idiot. The man is an idiot. He tries to do too much. He annoys me. You know, he's one of those people that, no, I can do this, and then all of a sudden, bang, gone. Oh, shit. Hold on. The chat is going mental up here.
I know. It's like, holy crap.
Holy crap.
Welcome, everyone. Nerdporial's just arrived. I'm going to answer one question before we get. First off, I do hope Chris gets better. He needs to really concentrate on that. He's got. But AMW channel, I did the entire list until this latest movie, including Never Say Never Again, as one of the first videos on this channel. So you can see all 25 James Bond movies I had previously and the order and why I chose those movies.
You didn't include the original Casino Royale, did you?
Not the one with Woody Harrelson. No, not Woody.
Woody, not Woody Allen.
Woody Allen, yeah. So I did not include that one.
Yeah.
I did include Never Say Never Again, which I felt was a James Bond-ish movie.
Yeah. True, that's true. But yeah, so fuck me, we got people all over the place going on. The chat is going up. Yo, Nopurial, my man, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I haven't seen any of your videos, but I'm hoping to catch up with the Metroid Dread ones. Because, yeah, I'm interested. But, yeah. And he says, I like the movie for the most part. Didn't care that they killed him off. Oh, spoilers, by the way, folks.
Spoiler, yeah. We can now go into the spoiler part.
I haven't seen this movie, but...
do not...
I haven't seen this movie, but I've had it spoiled by so many people.
Yeah.
Didn't care they killed him off. Are they just going to rinse and repeat and reboot it again and kill Bond off again every time now?
I don't think so. I think this was a specific kind of situation for this particular Bond. And I don't think they will be seeing him being, like, killed off every time, because then what would be the point of this movie?
Yeah, and also, I think this is, to use a Star Trek reference, this is more of a Kelvin timeline.
Yeah,
Bond
that's what I feel
saga.
most important about this one. It's like, this is definitely a Kelvin timeline kind of situation. I don't feel that this movie really felt in the same universe as other previous James Bonds. It kind of reminds me, I'll say it's in the same way Never Say Never Again is not a James Bond movie, but is kind of in that same line.
In a Kelvin timeline, should we say?
Yeah.
I mean, you could even say Kingsman is a James Bond-esque movie, but in a different universe. You know, if you want to go all MCU with this shit, fucking it, we can go for fucking hours. You know? And Bree wants to know, is the next Bond going to be a lady?
I don't think so.
I
think that they already proved that in this movie, where they could have an entire franchise with the new 007, but I think they would just say, you know, they won't have Jane Bond, because for one thing, we've already seen a lot of those in certain XXX movies in the 70s and already made those, and there could be copyright claims on those kind of names. But I think they've kind of realized, no, if we want to do a female, we could do a James Bond universe where we have Lashana, whatever her name.
Lasagna, isn't her name?
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Dave. I stepped over you. I do apologize.
No. It's
also
fine.
habit, because I'm normally working with Chris, who's useless.
I mean, Halle Berry's character from that movie, they thought about giving her a spin-off series. So
no, apparently they did offer her a spin-off series, but she wanted too much money. You know, I don't know the figures, but apparently they were like, right, yeah, we'll give you a spin-off movie series. And she went, okay, I want X amount. And they went, well, yeah, but you're not James Bond, and
Hmm.
you know, I mean, Halle Berry was, you know, known, but she wasn't super well known. And they went, "You want that much, bitch? Bye." And they just
I was asked who was my next choice for James Bond. I think they need to go someone super young, and the one person that comes to my mind is Tom Holland. I would like someone of that kind of age and group, and I would love to see a James Bond origin movie where he's in his 20s. He's still in he's going into the Navy, and we do this training stuff, and eventually like that. So I would love to see we could get like 8 movies out of the same actor because he start them off young. I felt one of the big problems with Daniel Craig, and I really felt in Spectre and in this movie, is he's too old. And unlike when, and so he couldn't perform the same kind of crazy level action sequences as we saw in Casino Royale, where we had the cold opening and they had that incredible like parkour fight scene that he does in that thing. Looked extremely dangerous, and then this movie we have a really lazy car chase as part of the cold opening.
No, definitely. My choice, I'll be honest with you.
Yep, I like Eric Jimenez's suggestion as well.
Yeah, Job says Henry Cavill. That's not going to happen. I mean, everybody would love that. Let's be honest. You know, he's got the looks, he's got the action chops, he's got the acting chops.
And we'd get 2 movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Old. And that's my problem with a lot of people. Like, they say, let's get Idris Elba. Not the 54? Fact that he's said on multiple occasions he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because he wants to be, he'd rather be a black spy than be the white James. Like, if I'm Black James Bond, that's all I'm going to be ever known for, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, he's like, no, if I'm going to do that,
I'll years old now.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, exactly. He's like 50. Yeah, he's in his 50s, and he's like, no, I'd rather be an original character than, you know, somebody with his head screwed on. I'd rather be an original character than repurpose existing IPs, should we say?
Mm-hmm.
No, but oh god, the chat
Eric says Idris Elba would be a great M. That I'd agree to.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Yeah. No, I couldn't say with that. Yeah. So Joe Henry AMBW says he votes March. David.
Oh. Yep. I think we'd be much better in something like
Spaceballs,
Sandbaggers, which is one of my favorite spy shows all the time, which I tried doing reviews on the beginning, but just didn't have the energy for.
Yeah, no, I think we'd be good in something like Spaceballs or an airplane or
yeah,
you know, something like that ilk. I mean, you know, I've had, you know, many bit parts in things like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but I always get typecast for some reason. I have no idea why.
But yeah, we would also mention, is The Rock a Bond film? Yes, that's certainly something that's been more than what's been suggested.
That there is a lot of what shall I say? How can I put this? Behind the scenes discussions about that, shall we say? Whether it was supposed to, you know, a James Bond film, you know, a bit like the shit one, Tomorrow Never Dies, where he's captured, but instead of being traded for, he breaks out, you know, as in the storyline behind The Rock, where he manages to break out of prison and all the rest of it, and because of that experience, he then has to go back in to avert worldwide disaster before, but who cares, because we got the fucking Rock out of it.
Yeah.
And that's an awesome movie.
That is probably Michael. It's between that and 13 Hours is Michael Bay's finest work.
No, The Rock.
Yeah, I think
The Rock. So. Yeah, Sean Connery.
I really like 13 Hours. I think it's a great movie, but I guess it is definitely Michael Bay at his most restrained versus Michael Bay at his most Michael Bayist.
Yeah, he avoided all the Bayisms for that. Pretty much.
He has a few. There is a few, like, still a few minor Bayisms. Basically, you know, when artillery's coming in, he's still getting the shell shock, and like he can't help himself there. But
very restrained. But maybe that was partially because he was pretty much all set inside a prison where you can't do artillery strikes and air strikes and. But yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with all these people in the chat. Yeah, Job says lasagna. Yeah, Lasagna Lynch. You know that was a name. Yeah. Oh, George McKay. Yeah, from Eric. Yeah, 1917. Definitely a good choice. Definitely a good choice. Yeah. Where are we? Oh, Job also says. Oh, AMB says Dave March for 007 with the Orc as his Q.
Yes, I think we were mentioning that earlier. I don't know who's Timothy Chalamet off the top of my head.
I will find out in 1 second. I will just need to pull that one up there because no, the name is ringing bells. But you know what, with me being an orc and getting hit on the head all the time, you know, it does. Oh, and obviously the copious amounts of drinking and all the rest of it. It does. Oh shit! Fucking wrong button. This is what happens when you got so many.
Oh yes, he's the new guy. He's the new guy, Paul Atreides.
Oh god! Oh, I really want to see that movie.
No, I think that one might be a good one too. Yeah, I think we just need like someone who I think, like you said, someone in his 20s who can helm a 7 or 8 franchise deal instead of we're starting up with a guy who's in his 40s and we can only get 2 or 3 good movies out of him instead. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Because
and the thing is, if you know the story of Dune, they've done some pretty damn good casting. If they're actually planning on going ahead with the whole thing. You know what I mean, Dave.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, I've read the first 2 books and I've seen the sci-fi miniseries, which is also pretty good for what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, have you seen the second one as well with James McAvoy?
Yes, yes, I did.
Yes, because that was pretty good. That was a interpretation of Dune Messiah, and and touched on the children of Dune, God Emperor. You know, no, they were good. The sci-fi, I've got them on DVD. I have David Lynch's, obviously, 20th anniversary edition of it.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. He was promised 2 movies.
Yeah, well, so was Villeneuve.
Well, Villeneuve was given 2 movies.
Well, yeah, but number 2 hasn't started yet.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see how it goes. But I get the feeling that I think it'll do well, especially given what we've been seeing with some of these other movies that have come out.
Damn! Oh, Noporial's going to see Halloween Kills tonight. Oh, you lucky shit! Closest I get to Halloween Kills is when I look in the mirror and, you know, trim me horns up. But yeah, so actually, there was a point. But there was a point. Job. Oh, I've got to read this one out. Sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Institutional racism in Hollywood against orcs. Like, why can't an orc play a human? Hashtag Green Lives Matter. It's because I'm a better actor and I'm a better looking man. I mean, Henry Cavill comes close, but I'm still better. I'm still better looking than Henry Cavill. You know, and I just have a massive wang, and you know that intimidates people. It's not my fault. It's just life. But sorry, Dave. I do apologize.
No problem. So so getting back to this particular movie, like one of the things that got me was when I was watching that Moonraker review, which I was talking about earlier on, is that it points out that at the beginning of Moonraker, you have one of the most intense action sequences in their cold opens that really raised the bar. That you had this situation where, you know, James Bond's on they do the brief part where they steal the Moonraker shuttle, but the next thing is they cut to James Bond on the airplane when they basically throw him out with no parachute, and he has to go chasing after the other guy with a parachute, and the fact that that was all done by literally by freaking real. It was real. They totally did that with stuntmen who had their reserve chutes under their suits, and they were filming this crazy scene. Meanwhile, the cold opening in the new movie's 20 minutes long, and it takes about 15 minutes before the action sequences start. We're just getting nothing but, I wouldn't say dialogue dump, but was just like, are we going to get to a movie soon? Like, what? Because the tradition of the James Bond cold openings is we're going to give you this. We want to pump you up.
Yeah.
Get you into this movie. I watched the Moonraker one again. I watched the one from, what is it, Timothy Dalton's
Living Daylight?
The Living Daylights, where he's like, where the guy's there, he's on top of the Jeep, and the guy's shooting into the roof of the Jeep while they're driving down the Rock of Gibraltar. And both of those happened in the first movie.
Whoa. Dave, calm down a sec. Your internet appears to be having problems with it. You're getting too emotional about this. Hello, Dave.
Yep.
Folks, we've had this before. He's frozen in a very inappropriate pose.
Oh.
It looks like he's praying to all the gods around the world that the Vindaloo will not keep coming out. Oh, and now the camera's gone 280. And we will get to your comments in a second. Sorry, let Dave sort himself out. Oh, okay. I'm not the owner. I'm not the king of the hill. Damn.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I need to fix up my system. It's been a time. Anyways, yeah. But I'm just saying, we had this incredible action sequence in these other movies, and this movie, we don't get anything for like 15 minutes. And then when we do get it, it's this. I've seen this scene better in a different movie.
Because that was actually one of the things the Bonds were known for, especially in their opening scenes, were originality. Yeah. They always found a way to do something that you had never seen before. I mean, yeah, okay, fucking Tomorrow Never Dies windsurfing over a fucking polar ice cap when a fucking tsunami's coming in, but fucking, Jesus fucking Christ. We pretend that one didn't happen. No wonder Pierce Brosnan quit.
And I was talking with Andy about this from Popcorn Planet, and he said, well, maybe James Bond is tired out. And I'm like, but I didn't say in response, but Mission Impossibles are still raising the bar every time. Tom Cruise is getting in his mid-50s. Like,
dude, that man is insane. Some of the stories I could tell you. Some of the stories I could tell you from behind the camera. I'm not behind the camera. I don't earn that kind of money. I'm not behind the camera. But some of the things I could tell you from behind the scenes, shall we say. The guy is mad. Fucking crazy. But yeah. But no, the Bond, it was the opening scene. It was always something new. You were like, what are they going to do this time? Oh my God, how are they going to open this one? And, the Daniel Craig ones, you're just a bit like, okay. Yeah, Casino Royale, fantastic. It's my top 3, I'd probably say. We're not doing top 5s. We're not doing top 5s. We are next week doing top 5 Daniel Craig films that are not James Bond. Because of AMDW dyslexic, finally found the caps lock button on his keyboard.
Dave
channel.
March.
But Casino Royale definitely top 3. But so many, like I say, every opening was unique. It was something you'd never seen before, and I'm getting a lot of people saying it's good, but like you say, seen it.
Yeah.
you know, been there, done that, got the T-shirt kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And there's things I think they could have improved in this movie to make the movie better. I did not buy his breakup with the girl. I'm not going too much detail on that, but I just thought, surely, like, he just quit MI5 or MI6 over this girl, and he's now thinks I would have done it differently. The way I would have said was that Spectre will be hunting us both. You can't stay with me. I have to disappear so that you can be free, because they'll be constantly hunting us both if we're together. But if I leave you, instead of, like, he thinks she betrayed him, which just seemed completely ridiculous.
So hold on. He says, look, I've quit my entire life for you, but piss off because we can't have a life together.
Yeah, that would.
So why not just say, look, love, you're a sweetheart and all, you've got a great arse and you can suck a golf ball for a garden hose, but do me a favour and fuck off, because otherwise I'm going to wake up with your decapitated head in bed next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be too cold to do anything with.
Yeah. I think that would be
and
a much
keep the
better...
bloody job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Or even, like, he has to disappear or something like that. But the way they handle it in this movie, I was just like, I don't buy this. I get it. I have to believe it to get the story, and I felt multiple times in this movie where I had to be like, I don't think that's how that would have happened with this character. But yeah, we have to do it just so you can have your movie, because you're too lazy. Another problem I had is something happens to Spectre, and one of their guys gets away, and he ends up just working for the other bad guy at the end. And I was like, no, I wish that he and maybe James Bond teamed up to take out the bad guy at the end, instead of, like, and maybe then they would have a betrayal and more stuff like that happening, as opposed to what happens in this movie, where this kind of villain, the Jaws of the movie essentially, is not in it. It just kind of shows up. Oh, well, I'm working for the other bad guy now. Like,
isn't that Batista?
Yeah, the Batista equivalent guy.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like I say, I haven't seen it. But then again, the one that's gonna draw me back to the cinema or theaters, as the Yanktown posse call it, you know, is Dune. James Bond, like you say, you know, the last couple of movies haven't, you know, blown air up my skirt, haven't thrilled me. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, if it was coming off of Casino Royale, you know, or fuck me, my favorite Bond film of all time has to be GoldenEye. I'm going to go in there straight away.
My number 2, by the way.
Going straight deep in with that, and we're not doing this list, but you know, this is just me and Dave chatting, and we get like this. So, but no, because GoldenEye reinvigorated the franchise. The opening sequence was holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And you had Pierce Brosnan in his debut role as Bond. You had him up against fucking Sean Bean. You know, and you had fucking Famke Janssen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Famke Janssen alone was, you know, worth it just for like 2 scenes, maybe 3. Sorry. Kippy's not here. I'm safe. But yeah. Yep. So, if it had come off of either GoldenEye or Casino Royale, then I'd be like, shit, I would have gone to the cinema and watched it probably twice already.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is, I'm like, no, I mean, Daniel Craig, and I'm going to get to the way some of the things that AW plus asterisk star B's channel. Sorry, mate, I get everybody's name wrong. You get used to it. Has been saying is, Daniel Craig, too broody, too mopey. He doesn't enjoy his life as the super spy. And if you look at every other James Bond, yes, they've got the shit going down. They've got the problems. They've got, you know, be it, you know, Timothy Dalton got fucking married, didn't he even? So, you know, that wasn't exactly a groundbreaking thing for Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
You know, they all have their problems, but when they're on the job, they love it. You know, they live their life like like it's their last day, because in their line of work, it could be. And with Daniel Craig, you didn't get that. It was just like, oh, another day at the office.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, super hot bird throwing her knickers at me. Oh, God, what's a guy to do? I've got to deal with this again. Oh, God. Here we go. Another 36 hours of rampant sex with a supermodel. Fuck my life. I can't be bothered with this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
And it takes you out of that. It takes you out because Bond, Jimmy B, is supposed to be the ultimate male fantasy power trip.
Right.
You know? Men want to be him, women want to be with him. You've got the coolest shit that can be conceived. You've got access to do whatever access to go wherever you want. Any hotel, any car, fucking anything you want to do, you can do because you've got this blank slate, blank check.
Mm.
And yeah, the Daniel Craig ones, it was kind of like, look at this. They hate me now. I've been betrayed. I've got to now go and kill 76 people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'll kind of enjoy that bit, but these beautiful women, they're such a headache.
Now, Yep. Now, AMW channel has another question for us. I'll give it to you as well.
Okay.
Who is our favorite Bond villain and Bond song? And
Ooh.
mine are from both the same movie, which also was on my top 5.
Oh, really? You actually did a top 5 for this?
Well, no, I
know you did one at the beginning.
Top 5.
Yeah. So no, I was just clarifying whether you decided to quickly make up a top 5 of this.
Mm-hmm.
In the 10 minutes between me getting home and Dave going, oh, hello. Do you want to come on?
Though I do know there's some of those other James Bond channels, the ones that have like 50,000 subscribers, they have done their lists of all the songs, and I'm thinking of doing mine because I gotta say that's the other thing about this movie. The song is the worst song.
Oh, was it Demi Lovato?
Billie Eilish?
Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish. What I was thinking? Oh, well, because I saw something earlier about her. She's another singer, allegedly. I don't know. I haven't listened to any of their things, but yeah, apparently I've heard that it's fucking so bad they don't even play it in the end credits.
Yeah.
You've done the Bond song. It's not even played in the end credits.
Mm-hmm.
They even did that for Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, sorry, yeah, Joe, Billy can't sing. Yeah.
Yep.
Like the orc can't sing. But eventually that video will be released. It's somewhere in the 3-hour live stream that we've got posted from last Sunday. If you want to go watch that over at Green Zone, please do. We can always do with the views and the watch hours.
So my favorite song is License to Kill. I really love Gladys Knight's really giving all that song its worth. She really delivers, I think, in that song. I think that's why it's mine. It's my favorite one. She just like gives it all. No, GoldenEye is another good song.
Yeah. Okay, right. I'll go with my song first.
Yep.
It's got to be Live and Let Die.
Oh, yeah. That is a good song, too.
Guns N' Roses.
Mm-hmm. Well, back in the day, it was someone else who did it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know it was someone else. But no, because, all you ever heard was the Guns N' Roses. Mm-hmm. So, yes, Live and Let Die. Oh, I went Beavis and Butthead there.
Yep. And my favorite villain is Robert Davies' portrayal as Fran Sanchez. Especially like after what really sold me for his performance is I listened to an interview he did with a channel called a podcast called Spycast, which is the official podcast of the U.S. Spy Museum.
Okay.
And they're like, "Whoa, this is the first time we've ever interviewed a Bond villain," and he just goes into his description of what it was like and how he and Timothy Dalton worked on that movie to make his character so much more. And they were giving like a lot of the James Bond lines to his villain to make his villain look so cool, so that they could make it really into an interesting rivalry. So a lot of the times that the one-liners that I also often felt flat in this latest movie really had impact.
Hmm.
And he also had a fascinating story about when he was working in South America on some movie. And one day these guys come up to him and say, "Oh yes, our boss would like to have an interview with you, sir. Can you come along with us?" And he said, "Sure." And they take him off, and he's in Colombia, and he's being driven off into the. It's like, "Our boss would like you to put on a blindfold for the next 20 minutes, sir." And he's like, "Okay." He's like wondering what's happening here, and he finally gets to the spot, and it's Pablo Escobar.
Oh,
And the next hour, he has dinner with Pablo Escobar, and he's like, "This is what your villain should have been doing."
hmm.
And he said, and after dinner, they gave me a nice set of emeralds, and unfortunately, those emeralds are now belong to my ex-wife.
Yeah, that's why you can't kill them, you can't bury them in the back garden under in 3 bags worth of lime and and then astroturf and it's complicated nowadays. God damn.
Mhm. What about you? What's your favorite villain?
It's probably not the best choice, but it's the one I had the most fun with. Max Zorn, I think that was his name.
Yep.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, he does have a lot of fun in that movie. He's like,
because he's just so eclectic, so mentalist, so over the top, and so AMBW Chini has found the caps lock again.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Christopher Walken was that A View to a Kill, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and he's just so much fun as the villain because he's not just doing his evil schemes, he's loving it at the same time.
Right.
A lot of the Bond villains, you kind of feel like you're watching the antithesis of what Daniel Craig's Bond is. Here we go again. Got to get another 300 henchmen and try and take over the world because I've got this super secret biological agent or nuclear weapon or whatever. Oh God, why don't I get a day off? Whereas Christopher Walken's like, let's go, let's have some fun with this shit.
Yep. Yeah, another good villain I feel is Sean Bean in GoldenEye. He has when he says like he's about to blow up, he's like, "God save the Queen," right before he tries to destroy London, and you're like, "Yeah, that was well delivered."
Well, yeah, but the thing is, Sean Bean is a great actor. He's really cool. I mean, and he's a proper down-to-earth guy as well, from everything I've heard. Although apparently, one of his runners, here you go, little insider thing for you. When they were filming Jupiter Ascending, they were building half the studio it was filmed in, and apparently, he, when they break for lunch and stuff, he said something about, "Oh my God, I come to relax for an hour and I've got like, machinery going on, industrial machinery, diggers, fucking drills, for all the rest of it because they're building the studio." So I don't know whether it was him directly or it was one of the runners that all actors seem to gather to them. Took that as being like, when we break for lunch, no work is allowed to go on in said studio when they're in the middle of constructing sound stages. So they literally had to cut out all construction. works to give him rest. But that could just be him making an offhand comment. Because I know how some of these things are misinterpreted by underlings. So, him, that gives me a headache. Every day I come from, I break for lunch and I'm hearing that. Translates to, oi, nobody fucking make any noise because he's trying to fucking relax,
Mm-hmm.
And also on Jupiter Ascending, they did actually fuck up. When you have Sean Bean in a movie, unless he's the actual hero of the piece, you have to kill him. If you kill him, the movie is a success.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't kill him, it's a failure. GoldenEye, Ronin, successes. Jupiter Ascending, sucked.
I think the only one I can think of, which is where he is the villain and he lives, is I'm pretty sure he lives in Ronin. By the way,
Does he?
Yeah, they kick him off the team.
Oh yeah. No, sorry, no, yeah. Ronin they do because.
But he also
the ambush scene and all the rest of it. Yeah.
And National Treasure, he gets caught by the cops in the end.
All right, so he still gets his comeuppance.
Yeah, as long as he gets, and I would say you're right. In Ronin, he's definitely getting his comeuppance.
Yeah. So maybe I said he dies, been a bit wrong, but he gets his comeuppance.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. The chat's still going.
I know, right? What is our favorite gadget and opening and cold opening? Oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I'd have to go back and watch some of the older movies to know the cold openings that I'm thinking of. But I'll just go with the ones that
I'm going to go with GoldenEye for the cold opening.
For me, the cold opening I'm going to say is Moonraker. I just watched, but no, it's The Living Daylights.
Ooh.
We're establishing a new bond. We're going to really rip into this guy. We have this secret attack on the stage attack on Gibraltar. That crazy car chase down the hill. With the guy shooting at him, and at the end when he lands on the boat, and the girl is like, "I can't find any men around here," and he's like, "Sorry, I'll be checking in an hour. Won't you have a drink? Better make that two." Like, doesn't get much more James Bond than that.
No, it doesn't. Let's be honest here. But no, GoldenEye for me because it was just again establishing a new Bond.
Yeah,
and all the way through to the plane scene, where he takes off and he has to take the plane off and all the rest of it and jump out and all. Yeah, the effects are campy by today's standards.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? That's what happens when technology advances 30 years. What was GoldenEye? 93?
Yeah, License Kill is 89. So yeah. 93, 94.
Exactly. And it's just like, yeah, GoldenEye, definitely for me.
Mm-hmm. As to gadget, I'm actually very partial to Roger Moore's and Live and Let Die's magnetic watch, and all the ways he gets to try and use that thing, get in or out of trouble. I thought that was a very clever thing, and you don't think it's going to be a big one, but then again, you know what? I'm going to go with the original gadget that most people wouldn't even think it's a gadget.
The fountain pen.
The Walther PPK.
Ah.
In the very first movie, he's told to get rid of the Beretta, and he's given the Walther PPK, which becomes the James Bond gun for every movie.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah.
Given to it by Q.
Yeah. No. Okay. No. I'm kind of gonna give you that, the Walther PPK, but I class that as a armament rather than a gadget.
Yeah, but it was like the very first gadget he's given is because he's told he's like, I really like the Beretta. Well, that gun's too misfires, has too many problems. We're going to give you this new Walther PPK, and that was the first James Bond gadget.
Yeah, my ultimate gadget would have to be the watch. Now, I'm not going to specify a film
Mm,
because it's a staple of James Bond is the watch. You know, one film you pull out the, you know, because it's always a fucking Rolex as well, because obviously Rolex paid them an exorbitant amount of money for product placement. You know, one you pull out the pin and it's C4. It's a thin plastic explosive. Next, you know, you got the magnet in it. The next, it's a computer scrambler. You know,
Yep.
I mean, back in the day, it was just like you pulled it out and it was a bit of garrote wire, and you had like a little Jeep, you know, a little transmitter chip in it, whatever.
the poison dart one.
Yeah, the poison dart one as well. Yeah, was that Octopussy?
No, it's Moonraker's poison dart.
Moonraker. Sorry, yeah, Moonraker. Yeah. So right, Bond, wrong movie.
Mm.
But yeah, and so the watch, because it's been yeah. Oh, Bree says he always liked the fountain pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the fountain pen, but you know, a watch is timeless. A fountain pen, nobody fucking carries a fountain pen nowadays. Do you know what I mean? The closest you get now is an accountant with 5 big biros stuck in their breast pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the watch to me has truly been the gadget which has transformed and stayed true through pretty much all the movies.
Yeah, I mean the watch does show up in this movie.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it has an interesting feature I thought was quite clever and is used several times in a clever way. So,
Holy shit, clever.
mm-hmm.
Ooh. Okay, now I'm thinking of going sailing and seeing if I can view this movie.
I've seen it. If you like James Bond movies, this is a good movie. It's an okay movie, I should say. I'm not saying it's like
yeah. Well, you did give it a rating of 63, if I remember correctly.
something like that. It's not the greatest. But I do, and if people really like these Daniel Craig movies, yes, it's definitely worth watching because it is the capstone of that movie career.
Cool. Oh, and Matthew, yeah,
cars.
I was going to say that. What a surprise, Matthew.
Mm.
Go on, read them out.
I like
read
the Roger Moore era Lamborghinis or whatever those cars are. Especially in the one movie where you think it's going to be such a thing and someone breaks the glass and the car explodes. I'm like, oh, this one's going to be a different one, James Bond, I think.
Whoopsie. Nope. Yeah, and we got sorry, I'm just scrolling through the chat here. Oh, this is an interesting one. AMB says, you know, Dave, they should do songs for the MCU movies like they do for Bond.
Right.
Ooh.
I think that would be a great thing to do. Kind of like, you can say that James Gunn did that with his movies, but yeah, the other movies would be greatly appreciated. Better if they did stuff like that.
Yeah, and maybe, for example, get said hero into, you know, at the end of it into a pose, which then morphs onto the MCU, you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, sort of like spiel trailer they always have.
Yep.
You know, so instead of, you know, obviously James Bond, it's just the iris closing. For the Marvel movies, you know, have that character then transposed to the actual place in the Marvel logo reel, something like that. That could be interesting. By the way, folks, if they do it in future movies, me and Dave called it first, so we're going to claim that shit.
Yeah,
they claim everything we try and fucking do.
Yeah, copyright if it happens.
Damn right. Well, it's live here on the Tubes of You.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, Dave, I'm going to be really rude for a second. Can you entertain the guests while thank you. Be right back.
Okay, so we had another question here from MDW about, do I think James Bond would make a good Batman if they switch places one day? Not really. Like, James Bond is an action hero, but people often forget, and then the movies have a hard time really showing it, that Batman's supposed to be a thinker. He's supposed to be the greatest detective of them all. He has all the He's the one who's figured out how to get rid of every one of the other superheroes in a lurch. And we did get to see a little of that in BVS and in the Snyder Cut. But the tactical thinking of James Bond is he's not the detective. Though in the Roger Moore era, we get a bit of that where he's figuring things out. But he's not really often the clues kind of fall in his lap or people are just trying to kill him versus where Batman is supposed to be the one who figures out all the angles and gets everything going that way. What else I was thinking about this movie? Like we've talked about the cold open and the action sequences, and it's just once again I just didn't like the new M that we gotten. That the actor Ralph Fiennes is such a great actor, and the fact that I just feel underwhelmed by his performance as M and all the people around him, and it's just like he for some reason he lacks that gravitas that Judi Dench brought in for other people who brought into that role, and here we are, kind of like playing it safe with Ralph Fiennes. I really think that they should have brought in, like after Judi Dench, we should have definitely had another woman in that role or someone more interesting than that. But I guess they went for star power, and I don't think it worked out.
Oh no! Oh, sorry, you're coming in with Judi Dench replacement, yeah?
Yeah, I thought Ralph Fiennes should have been a much better M, but he didn't turn out to be.
Oh, here's one out of left field for you. I've just thought up off the top of me bonts. I said bonts, and yes, that was the Orc slide. Orc slide. Emily Blunt, just old enough to have the role, but also young enough to be in the field at the same time. If you remember fucking when Judi Dench is there in the field, she's like, I'm an old woman, I can't do anything. James, you've got to defend the farm and where's my Werther's Originals? Is it nap time yet? Emily Blunt, just old enough to have the role, but we don't know what she's done in the past to earn the role. So that leaves that mystery bit up there. But young enough to actually do something in it, as opposed to just sit in an office.
Well, young enough to do James Bond, because that would be an interesting thing. He's sleeping with the boss. That's an interesting office dynamic there. Yeah. Oh, Joe says Bond would just shag every. The villains have not been women.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, I mean, not being funny. I'm sure there is some weirdo out there whose ultimate fanfic is put Pierce Brosnan and Sean Bean getting it on.
I'm sure there's. I'm sure that's very common.
Yeah, but I'm not feeling it myself. But yeah, so that was sorry. I just slid back into the conversation just there, and I thought, no, there's an interesting one for you there. Like I say, she's especially if you wanted to continue with the female role, she's young enough to she's just old enough to have been a field agent and got promoted. She's technically young enough to have slept with the bosses as well to get the promotion, but I would never ever sully any female's character like that. But also, she's young enough to still go ahead and do the action, and it also would have added a nice dynamic as well, with Daniel Craig being older than her, and possibly was Dave, seriously, Dave, you need to get the hardwiring sorted out going on, mate. No, you've gone full 280 and frozen. Oh, yeah. Right, it's my show now, folks. Welcome to the Orcs Spy Guy channel. Tingy. But yes, as I was saying, yeah, Emily Blunt. Old enough to qualify for the role, young enough to still kick ass. And the dynamic of her being younger than Bond as well would have added an interesting extra layer, because Bond, as we all know, is the man who doesn't give a flying fuck about most things. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Matthew, the Orc guy. That's what we'll rename this stream.
Orc guy. Yeah. Yep. No, I'm looking into fixing that when my new job starts. So, I gotta
Good.
Because get all the fiber optic cable and run it over my place.
Oh, nice. I just make sure when I install the internet in my penthouse orc cave, it's on top of a fucking mountain. It's not a basement. It's a fucking penthouse cave. I made sure that I set up my computer stuff right next to said modem so I can hardwire fucking everything. Because Wi-Fi is crap for anything apart from phones, in my opinion. Anyway, did I miss anything else whilst I was
No, I don't think so. I think we've done pretty well for ourselves today. Just wondering if there's any more questions from the chat on what's been going on. I do have, now that I have most people here, I'm going to remind that I'm starting a job in a couple of weeks, so I won't be able to do streams like this till about 5 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. So we'll have to think
for me is, what's that, 11 midnight, something like that, some god awful time when I have a full-time job pillaging and looting.
Yeah, so we might have to do our streams with Bob on a Saturday or a Sunday.
I'm sure we'll work something out. Because I know these lovely people, appreciate, shall we say, our input. I don't know why, but apparently they do.
I know. In one case, 1,500 people seem to like our input. That's pretty crazy still.
Yeah, that is mental. And it's, to be honest with you, bloody shocking, because if I remember correctly, Bob was on that one. Yeah. That normally drives away viewers. Bob, I'm joking. If you're lurking, I'm joking. No, I'm not really joking. You know me too well by now, Bob. I'm not joking at all. But yes, thank you very much, everybody who has helped Dave get to this stage. Now all we've got to do is get him the last little push.
Yep.
And I'm just going to double check Neil. No, still 92. God damn you, Matthew. Matthew and Bree, you were supposed to have created 4 new channels, 4 new accounts each, and subbed them all. I am so disappointed in you two, both.
Anyways, I'm starting to feel a little tired here. I was glad to get this thing going. Unless we have some more questions from the chat, I think we'll be shutting down soon. But I'm very glad that people came in for experience this little stream with us, and glad to have some people hear me when I talk about my thoughts on this particular character in this movie.
Now, we always hear you, Dave. I mean, for fuck's sake, when you get really annoyed, we can hear you without even the megaphone. Never mind the internet connection. I wake up like 2 in the morning. Oh, God, Dave's just done this.
Well, I think...
Matthew.
Yeah. Well, thanks, everyone, for screwing in. And you can subscribe to this channel and follow up the SpyGuyLocals.com. And
hold on. Bree asked a question. Sorry, Dave. You get to redo your outro in a minute. Bree says, have a think why no music at the end. What's he say before that? I think there's no song because some films don't have music at the end because no spoilers.
Yeah. I know what that no spoiler is, and it's the thing that happens at the end of this particular James Bond movie. And everyone, I think, and their mother pretty much by this point knows, but you never know. The internet's a weird place, or there's always one person like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I experienced that on Bruce's channel. Someone's like, no, I don't want to hear any spoilers. Oh no, I heard.
You tuned into a spoiler stream, you idiot.
Mhm.
Deal.
Mhm.
No. The problem with Tinternet is everybody thinks they have a voice and everybody thinks their opinion counts.
Mhm.
If you're shouting into an echo chamber of one, your opinion obviously doesn't count.
Mhm.
Yeah,
True
if you're the one person in a group of 100, guess what? Your opinion is the wrong opinion. It's the way life goes. Go out, touch grass. Is it touch grass? The kids say nowadays.
Mhm.
But yeah, so and I think that's the one thing I've avoided is the spoiler at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's not ringing any bells with me yet. I mean, you know, I try and watch all my friends' channels when I
Mhm.
can, when I get
Yeah.
time. But some things I just will not click on, will not watch. Not because I don't want to give them the views or the ad, you know, all of that crap. It's because no, I plan on seeing this. I don't want.
Mhm.
But I was quite happy to come on this one because you're the ledge. Sorry, I'm promoting you. This man is no longer the ledge. He is now, and I'm going to put it in the chat. Hold on. Because I don't think my voice will do it
Oh.
justice.
Oh yes, thank
Ledge.
you.
Like I am da orc, which means I'm automatically superior to him. But he
well,
is da ledge. But yeah. So I was so grateful for you to ask me if I wanted to come and hang out.
Yeah. It's a great time to get out and do some of these things. Anyways, so as I will return to my outro, be sure to
Sorry.
subscribe and follow me at thespyguyLocals.com. Be sure to follow Kev at the Green Zone and on
Oh,
Twitterverse.
yeah. My Twitter is here. I think that's my Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd use it on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Generally weekends.
Well, I sure hope everyone enjoyed this stream. So, as we usually say, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be seeing you next Tuesday when we do the top 5 Daniel Craig movies that are not James Bond.
Laters, folks.
Bye bye.